What you're looking at here is called the cloud pyramid. It shows the three primary types of cloud services: infrastructure as a service, or IaaS, platform as a service, or PaaS, and software as a service, or SaaS. Now you might be wondering why they're shown in a pyramid. Well, this pyramid shape, as it turns out, is a great way to show the shared responsibility model in the cloud. At the bottom of the pyramid, the widest part of the pyramid, users have more control over their resources. They also have more responsibility for those resources. That's why IaaS shows up at the bottom. So for example, a user who creates an IaaS virtual machine in Azure can then remote into that VM and install software onto it. That user has more control over the resource. However, the user is also responsible for the maintenance on that VM. If an OS update is needed, the user has to install that update. With more control comes more responsibility. Even so, the cloud provider still has some responsibility. They manage the infrastructure, things like the underlying computers that run the virtual machine, the network infrastructure, the physical computer racks that house the hardware, all of those kinds of things. As you move up in the cloud pyramid to the middle, where PaaS sits, you have less control, but you also have less responsibility. At this level, the cloud provider will usually take care of VMs that are running your application. You're just responsible for your application itself. Because the cloud provider manages the platform, PaaS services usually come with a lot of built-in functionality. For example, if you have a website running on a PaaS service in Azure, you can give users the ability to log into that website using their social media account without having to do much more than just flip a switch. At this level in the cloud pyramid, the cloud provider manages everything on the underlying VMs, and that means you have no control over when OS updates are installed. At the top of the cloud pyramid, you'll find SaaS services. At this level, users have almost no control at all, but they also have almost no responsibility. This level is where you'll find services like OneDrive or Outlook.com for email. These services are basically cloud-based software programs that you access using your web browser. You don't know anything about the underlying software, and you really don't even care. If the cloud provider updates the software, you might not even know about it, and if you do, it's usually because they've added new features or something like that. So if you think about it, no matter where an application sits within the cloud pyramid, the user and the cloud provider share some level of responsibility. The cloud provider has the most responsibility at the top of the pyramid and the least responsibility at the bottom of the pyramid. And knowing that is important as you decide on which cloud solution works best for your needs. So with all of that out of the way, let's have a look at IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS at a deeper level.